Welcome to another episode of Everything Real Estate, a series of videos where I discuss topics that will help you with buying and selling real estate. My name is CJ Cashman, and I'm glad you're here. Today's topic, we're going to discuss how COVID-19 has impacted the Twin Cities real estate market. A little bit about the history in the past and a little bit about what we see going forward. So with that, let's get started. Let's begin by taking a historical look at unit transactions in the Twin Cities region. These are the units that went under contract or pending during the month. In January, we saw a slight uptick in home sales. The spring market in Minnesota starts in early February. February this year saw a significant increase, almost 800 more units, equating to a 23% increase. March started out as strong as February, but with the state of emergency announced on March 13th and schools closing on the 18th, sales quickly dipped to 30 to 40% off of last year's numbers. However, combining these two scenarios still resulted in a positive sale number of an 11.6% increase. Real estate is designated as an essential service and has been operating during the entire pandemic. However, April sales had the entire month with the state staying at home, and this resulted in the largest dip so far this year. Restrictions were loosened after May 18th, which I believe impacted the loss in May to be less than that in April. How is this going to impact the sales in the future? The answer is it depends. According to the Minnesota Association of Realtors, it depends on three things. 1, upon the length of the pandemic. 2, the impact of unprecedented levels of stimulus and relief. And then finally, on the consumer response and reaction and how it drives spending and behavior. Another item that I think will impact the Twin Cities market is inventory levels. We have been experiencing a shortage of inventory for quite a few years. And on this chart, you can see that at the end of the first week in June, there were 2,163 fewer homes available than a year ago. At a certain point, this definitely is going to impact the amount of sales that can happen in any given month. The number of showings is a key indicator of sale activity. Here's the rolling average weekly showings from the beginning of the year. As you can see, the spring market works towards the showing peak in April. At the peak here, you can see that where the state of emergency was, we were at the peak of our showings for the season on March 13th. As we come down that steep drop in May, schools closed on the 18th, and then we bottomed out where we were sheltering in place beginning March 27th. Real estate has been essential services, but it continued showings and transactions throughout. And as you can see, once we kind of hit bottom in the end of March, people kind of figured out their comfort level and things kind of peaked or started going up. Then Easter came, continued to rise. We had a little dip in Mother's Day and then dipped down again on a Memorial Day. And now we are approaching, as of on June 9th here, we are approaching some of the highest showings for the year. This next chart overlays this year's showing activity over last year's. Look at the similarity beginning around Mother's Day in mid-May. As of June 10th, we are exceeding showings over last year, signs of a strong market. Early June sales have been just under last year's numbers. Good news for sellers. Combining these two stats lends itself to an extended spring market as long as inventory continues to enter the marketplace. Remember that real estate is local. It varies greatly by location as well as price point. To discuss your individual situation, please contact me. Ways to reach me can be found here at the bottom of the screen. If you or someone you know will be buying or selling real estate in the next year, I would really appreciate the opportunity to discuss how my processes as well as my knowledge will help you reach your real estate goals. With that, until next time, thanks so much for watching.